I placed 3 identical orders at different price points on Fiverr for the exact same deliverable. The deliverable was described as such. Hello, this order is for my app called CritList. The main colors used in the app are Hex 1 and Hex 2, and by the way, those are the gray and the teal colors right here. Please be as creative as you'd like in designing an app icon that suits the app. Please see attachment. Thanks, Jameson. So the attachment is right here. They can see exactly what the app looks like in this screenshot. It's a very simple to-do list app. The first order I placed was for $5, 2 revisions, and a revision is when I send something back to them saying, hey, can you fix this? That counts as a revision. And then I'm clear for commercial use. They include the source files for the icon with the end result, and this is for only a single icon. The second order was not for $5, but for $20, and it includes 3 revisions, commercial use, included source file, and it's also for 1 icon. And the third and final icon I ordered costs $80. I get 5 revisions, commercial use, source, and 1 icon. So essentially there's only a difference in the price, and then the higher tier one gets me a couple more revisions. So the $80 one gets me 5 revisions, and then the $20 one gets me 3 revisions, and the $5 one gets me 2 revisions. So the majority of the cost difference is in the actual design of the icon, how much time is spent on it, and so forth. So let's see if the $20 icon is 4 times as good as the $5 icon, and the $80 icon is 4 times as good as the $20 icon. Let's take a look at what they delivered. Here is the $5 result. You can see they're using the exact same colors that I mentioned in my description, which is always good to see. It looks like it kind of has some alignment issues. I'm not convinced that this is 100% centered, at least it is not visually balanced, but it does seem to convey the purpose of the app, which is that it is a to-do list app. I'm not really a fan of this little plus icon right here. I see why they use this little plus icon right here because that was present in the photo which I sent them, like the actual app. But I think an icon is really meant to simplify the app. It doesn't really need to mirror the user experience per se. So this one is alright. I would definitely believe that it was made with a $5 budget. But let's jump over now to the $20 icon. So this one costs 4 times as much as the other one, and I actually got 6 different versions of the icon just based on different looks and feels that I might want. And actually any one of these I believe is better than the original one, like the $5 one. They're all much more well thought out and simple. They just look a lot better. So already I'm much happier with the $20 one than the $5 one. And the one of these which I like the best is probably this bottom middle one. It's a tough tie between that one and the one next to it. I kind of like the white outline on this one. I'm not really sure, it's a really close call, but let's go on and look at the $80 icon. So the $80 order actually got me 3 different icons, complete with the source files for each one. And this is the very first one. Already right out of the gate, I can tell this is much higher quality than the other ones. You can tell there's a level of polish in here and custom design that just wasn't in the other ones. So already I'm very, very impressed. I can see that the $5 one is 4 times worse than the $20 one, which is 4 times worse than the $80 one, at least. There's actually a huge difference between the icons. So with this particular design, the seller was telling me that he was imagining this being kind of like a counting down timer, like a circular elapsing timer, and that's to signify that the task is critical which you're completing. So I thought that was a really clever way to convey that in an icon. And just looking at it now, I can definitely see that. I'm not sure if you could see that right off the bat, but this is supposed to be some sort of timer. And here is the second concept from the $80 seller. And by the way, each of these concepts, they look like a finished icon, although I still have 5 revisions that I could use to make this better, but I'm not going to because I'm very happy with them. So the second icon is kind of a mix between that lightning symbol and the list. So I thought that was really clever as well. And finally, here's the third concept from the $80 seller. This one thought it was a little bit more weird. I wasn't really sure what was going on. I think it has some sort of like 3D effect going on to it. I'm still not entirely sure how I should be looking at this. It's like an abstract piece of art, but the polish is nice. I'm not in love with the concept. I really like the first one and the second one, personally. And then finally, I'll just show you the original icon I used for my app. So I made this app in a period of like 2 days on camera. There's a link to the recording itself inside of the app. And I designed this icon in a couple of minutes. I basically just grabbed an open source icon and put it on top of a gradient, and I thought that conveyed the concept well enough, but I really like some of the other icons better, so there's a good chance I'll switch this out for one of the other ones. So let me know in the comments down below, which one do you like the best? This stuff is always subjective. I'm just going to give you my opinion in this video. So the free one, that one, not bad, you know. I designed it, so I'm going to like it at least a little bit. Okay, second one was $5. And by the way, the $5 seller had 4.9 stars and 706 reviews. So each of these guys had a quite high reputation. Second guy, the $20 seller, had 4.8 stars, 111 reviews. And then the $80 seller, they had 4.8 stars and 524 reviews. So each of these sellers was reliable. I think it's really interesting that even though the icons are of drastically different qualities, you can see that each of the sellers essentially has like a perfect 5-star rating, a little bit of variation here and there. And I think the reason for that is because people think that the value is suitable for the icon. You know, like this one is a $5 icon. It's worth only $5. This one is worth $20. This one is worth $80. So I think the Fiverr marketplace did a really good job of balancing itself out. The sellers know what they're worth and the buyers know what they're willing to tolerate and they know what they're willing to pay. And so in general, people get what they ask for and both parties are happy. So I think that's a really cool outcome. I wasn't expecting it to be this cut and dry. Maybe you'll disagree with me in the comments below, but for the most part, I feel like the icons get like steadily better, except for I think that maybe my icon is better than the $5 one. I'm not like a graphic designer or anything like that. I literally just made up this icon in a couple of minutes, but it still at least conveys the concept of the lightning bolt, which I feel like is critical to the app, no pun intended. So now when you need an icon for your app, you know exactly what you're getting into when you're going to go and purchase from the different sellers on Fiverr or whatever freelancing service there is. The key takeaway, in my opinion, is that you basically get what you pay for, and reviews don't really tell you the quality of the icon. They tell you the truthfulness of the seller. Are they producing what they say they produce? So as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, as well as it'll let YouTube know that you want to see more videos from me, Jameson Saunders. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.